Well, now to the latest in our coronavirus coverage. There have been many questions surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine, and for people trying to conceive, the question of whether or not it can cause infertility has come up. In today's Parenting, Navigating the Journey Together, we sit down with Dr. John Stormont to get answers to that very question. Dr. John Stormont, Medical Director for Fertility Answers here in Lafayette, says for years he's watched thousands of couples come into the clinic wanting one thing.
And it's hard for patients, especially my infertility patients who have been trying for 1, 2, 5, 10 years to conceive. They finally get pregnant and they're so excited, and they're sitting here at 8 weeks pregnant with a heartbeat, and they're like, I don't want to screw anything up. I mean, they would essentially wrap themselves in bubble wrap for the next 7 months in order to protect this thing they've wanted for so long.
And with COVID-19 present, this fear is much greater, even with a vaccine. Dr. Stormont says most of the concerns that he's hearing is that it's new and that there's no way to tell how or if it'll impact fertility.
It's just almost impossible for that to occur because it's just a natural immune response against a foreign thing. So it's not going to impact fertility.
So this is how the COVID vaccine works. It's an mRNA, which means it's essentially a message that gets sent to the patient. That person then forming a protein and mounting it as an immune response to that protein. In other words,
the analogy I would make is if you're going to have some antivirus software and you email it to me, that goes into my hard drive. My hard drive makes an antivirus, and then it prevents that virus from spreading in my computer. And it's the same thing that's happening in the COVID vaccine, so that you're not injecting live virus, so it's not going to have the same impact.
Stormont says while the unknown can be scary, the vaccine can ultimately protect your future and the future of your unborn baby.
If you are pregnant and you get COVID, your pregnancy is sort of an immunocompromised state. You have a higher incidence of being in the ICU on mechanical ventilation and even death. And so I tell my patients who are trying to get pregnant or who are pregnant that the benefit of having COVID vaccine to prevent you developing the disease is much better than the theoretical risk of the vaccine.
No matter what side you're on, vaccination or not, Stormont says it's about making an informed decision and ultimately what you feel is right for you and your family. Dr. Stormont gives us a breakdown of how the vaccine works. We have that posted over on our website, katc.com. LDH is